Chairman Bunker and members of the Aiken County Council, my name is Vicki Simons and I live in the Stream Tiers District. You may be aware that South Carolina state legislators have been contacted with hopes that election laws in our state will be changed to allow mail-in voting. I feel compelled to share with you part of what I wrote to my state house member and state senator last week. First, I told them that they must never ever vote in favor of making changes to the election process that increases the risk of election fraud, including but not limited to mail-in ballots without a witness signature. If efforts to institute mail-in voting, early in-person voting, and more are not stopped in their tracks, we may never again have unrigged elections. At the very least, we can never again have confidence that elections are secure. Advocates of universal mail-in balloting have mobilized under the banner of public safety, using emotionally charged statements that have frightened many voters and suppressed their involvement in in-person voting. The problems with absentee ballots include chain of custody. This happens when ballots disappear from public view for days, weeks, or longer. Voter misrepresentation. This happens when constituents are allowed to request mail-in ballots for someone other than themselves. Fraudulent vote counts. This happens when there is purposely inaccurate vote counting. American elections have historically built in safeguards against fraud at the ballot place through having witnesses to the vote count in order to deter cheating. But such safeguards are often overridden in the case of mail-in voting, typically through backroom vote counts. Ballot harvesting. This refers to the collecting of absentee ballots by someone who then brings the completed ballots back to the local elections department or helps people mark their ballots. Invalid voter registrations. The Pew Center on the States released a report in 2012 with its findings that voter registration lists were plagued with errors. They noted approximately 24 million active voter registrations in the United States are no longer valid or are significantly inaccurate. More than 1.8 million deceased individuals are listed as active voters. Approximately 2.75 million people have active registrations in more than one state. Activists are using Americans' fear of catching the coronavirus when voting at polling stations to initiate changes to voting laws that make voting more prone to election fraud. The trend toward more and more of the electoral process being done where the public cannot observe the procedures must not only be stopped, it must be reversed. Article 2, Section 1 of the Constitution of South Carolina states, quote, Section 1, elections to be by secret ballot, protection of right of suffrage. All elections by the people shall be by secret ballot, but the ballot shall not be counted in secret. The right of suffrage, as regulated in this Constitution, shall be protected by laws regulating elections and prohibiting, under adequate penalties, all undue influence from power, bribery, tumult, or improper conduct, end quote. I adamantly oppose changes being made to election laws or making special exceptions based on fear, and I strongly urge you to do your duty before God to oppose them as well. We must protect the integrity of the election system in South Carolina, protect the voice of the people, and abide by both the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of South Carolina. Again, I wrote these thoughts to my state house member and state senator and have now shared them with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments on this from the council?
I will go on record, I totally agree with you.
I'd like to ask Mr. Holly or Mr. Killian if staff is aware, because the election is within 2 months now, are we aware of any major structural changes to our election process here in Aiken County?
Mr. Chairman, I know that the General Assembly is considering some changes to absentee voting, and something I believe passed the House today in Columbia, but I don't know what it is. We'll consult with the elections executive director and see what she knows about changes that may become. But I think the General Assembly was looking at taking some action before they adjourn.
All right, well, there are significant changes. Please keep council informed.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. If anyone else would like to address council this evening.